Hello again, Glitch Reaper here, and yeah, I may be looking a little extra fancy, but this is because I'm actually doing this in an alternate world for my mod pack, and yes, I managed to figure out a few technical issues and even continue on with a little bit of advancement. But anyhow, this is a special super flat world that I've made here, and as you can see, as before, I have the Ray of Art Arena, and this is where we're going to be having a mob battle, as you might have guessed. The charred craters, you may have noticed, that was actually from previously testing one of the possible participants of this kind of fight, although I will be going with the alternate at this time. And apparently they don't they don't mess around when it comes to environmental destruction. So things happen. And in case you're wondering what's up, just a moment. Put that over there. Yeah. The new mod, Ice and Fire, allows you to have dragons of various sorts. You can incubate them from eggs, although you'll probably challenge them in-world first as massive dragons, especially the ones that are big enough to give you eggs. That's right, they have stages of growth. And some are literally just too young to be able to have eggs, and it does distinctify between male and female, so only female dragons will ever give you an egg, and they have to be big enough first. And by big enough, I mean, yes, they go through stages of growth. So, I do believe this is the one that I have prepared to go all out. And I will start with judging their strength against the Wither. And then I may go on to another mob or two, probably not very many this time, because I'm just kind of showing how powerful they are. Now, a couple things to note. This dragon horn is specifically meant to allow you to hold a dragon inside. You can click on a dragon with it and put them in, and you can hold it for a little while and release to let them back out. And this has to do with your tamed dragons. There is a process to go through, and you'll probably wind up seeing that later over time on my series if I'm lucky, because it'll take some effort to get a dragon. But I'm going to work on it. But another thing is the dragon command staff. This will basically tell them whether or not they're sitting or wandering. And I have found out that yes, the tame dragons will fight back. So after having accelerated their growth considerably, they will be able to fight another mob. Now, just making sure everything's fine. Yes. I had some technical difficulties getting this ready in a totally different fashion, because apparently the conditions of actually incubating one to raise them as your own is a little bit different than the ones having to do with the horn, and well, it just comes down to game rules and stuff like that, but I managed to figure it out. It was just slightly more needlessly complicated than it could have been. But yeah. And now, to show our primary participant in this, we have boing, here we go, a magnificent full-grown ice dragon, and I gave her full diamond armor. No, this is not regular Minecraft diamond armor. This is dragon armor, and if you were to give your dragon this in survival, it will be very expensive. Like, it uses blocks, like blocks of diamond. It really is kind of absurd, but you could tell it looks magnificent. Now, remember two things about this dragon here. For one thing, this is what you'll be getting yourself if you're very persistent. But also, you may encounter one in the wild that you'll have to fight to try to get that egg. And even then, not a guarantee. And there'll be some in roosts around the world that you'll be able to find on the surface, but there'll also be much bigger ones underground in these massive caverns full of gold and treasure. So you could imagine minding your own business whenever you run into this huge cavern with this massive dragon, and you're going, okay. Well, this is actually kind of what you'd probably want to try to do. You'd probably want to get to the top and drop a wither on the dragon. Well, I'm about to illustrate how that may or may not work out as you would have planned. because as usual for my mob battles with the Wither, oh darn, I forgot my speed may throw off my aim a little bit because I got some armor on this really heavy duty stuff and gives you some serious effects. But yeah, here we go with the Wither, and so you might try dropping a Wither on that dragon. Well, let's see how far down they'll actually get before the... Notice that she's attacking with ice moves that are freezing the surrounding blocks and dealing huge damage to the Wither. It is going down fast. Yeah, that Wither's gone. And she's left ice spikes around the area. Could you imagine the issues that your enemy would have just walking around? That looks prickly. And that Wither was demolished. I mean, just totally demolished. There's no more Wither there. Oh, she's a little upset. Don't worry. I can totally take care of this. Just hey there. You wanna just fly in place for a moment. Need to pick you up. Let's see, adjust height. There we go. Wait. It's got her in here. Did it duplicate the dragon? Huh. It's funny. Did a duplication thing to make sure everything was fine. Okay. That's weird. I think I may have discovered a duplication glitch that it happens when flying. This has not happened when I've done this on the ground, might I add. It totally has not. That reminds me. But has not happened while I've done this on the ground. Now, to peel dragons, and as a preparation for another round, and to see how much HP she's got left after demolishing that Wither, which was very, very fast and effective, might I add. Oh, she's just too upset. It's still bouncing around. Maybe this will help. I'm trying to see how much HP she's got left. They can get a little flighty. I will keep this up until I get this just right to be able to look at her well. So I will keep trying to get the dragon fixed. Meanwhile, there seems to be a weird duplication thing going on here. I can't. Why she's been? I'm trying to get her to stay, but I may have to mount the dragon. Okay, I'm on the dragon. This is totally a thing you can do. Did I accidentally hit the... yeah. Okay, this will make things a bit easier. At least I thought so. There, I got her to stay. Okay, now I can look at her stats. It seems that she's been down about 70 HP over time. And that was with one Wither. But yeah, again, that was a whole Wither. So you could imagine this again in other situations, but that was a Wither. And she only lost 70 HP. But out of 500, it would take several Withers to take down a dragon of this caliber. And I'm giving her some steak, and now I'm gonna pop her back in the horn. There we go. But I was thinking of doing something else rather much themed. Now, the Wither doesn't necessarily have an immunity to ice damage, but the next opponent may be able to, but it depends on how it counts it, so I'm curious here. Let's see. I have, wait, I had it for a moment. The Winter Guardian. A little bit of ice versus ice. And as chilly as this area is here, it probably count for him to feel nice. Okay, Winter Guardian, I know you're kind of aggressive, but here's the real question. Will you fight a Frosty Dragon? Okay, Wander, just in case. Needs to... Hello? Will you... Nope, wrong thing. There we go. Are you going to attack? I think they're too neutral to each other. There's a few times where that will happen where they just don't know how. I could try luring it out with something else. In fact, this is going to be a bit of a shot of irony. I'm going to try to lure it into attacking with a snow golem. Because as usual, they don't deal any actual damage. So... What? You're neutral to snow golems? Nope. Doesn't seem to really pay attention to him either. Well, this has been an awfully cold shoulder moment for me in terms of being able to get this Guardian to into combat. Always worked fine with the Wither. Of course, it's really, really aggressive. And there's a few others that definitely would go for it. But, oh well. Well, anyhow, the point was mainly to check against the Wither. But, yeah, this dragon is definitely too strong for a Wither to deal with. Hello, Glitch Reaper here again. I'd like to a quick apology. Anyhow, I really thought that my second participant would be more, participatory, but apparently that didn't happen, so... Apparently the Winter Guardian and Ice Dragons are literally pretty chill with each other, so in case I go to this as an alternate ending, well, I think that pretty much summarizes things, and it was good to at least see the Wither and the Ice Dragon go at it successfully. Well, maybe I'll try something later. This is Glitch Reaper, and it's always good to hear from you, so I'll be logging off. I'd like to hear from you all later, so bye for now.